Did you have any trials or consultations with any other bridal artists, and about how many?
I did not. I knew I wanted Miss Painted Lady from the get-go, so that was the only person I reached out to.
What made you decide that you needed to be a Miss Painted Lady bride?
I think I just had followed her on Instagram for so long and just seeing like how she interacted with her brides and just her work and how she could perfect any look that she did. Like anything that the bride wanted, like there were so many different looks, she always came through. So I knew that, she was the one.
What was your experience like with the inquiry and booking process?
My experience was actually really easy. Like I was in school, I was in PA school during like my wedding time, and I remember Alex was always like um really patient with me and like responding to her emails. But no, like Alex was just really patient with me the whole time. Like if I didn't respond right away, like she would just follow up, or like if there was something like long we needed to discuss, like a certain hairstyle or something that I needed to ask further questions on, I would call her and she would always be available. And then we would just have a quick phone call about it. So she was just always available and it was very easy.
Oh, that's so sweet. That's a really good answer. Okay, so leading up to the events, did you lean on us for any help with clothing or jewelry shopping? And if so, can you expand on that for the viewers?
I don't think I reached out to you in any help for clothing just because I had gone to Pakistan and gotten all my clothes from there.
Mhm.
Uh, but I did reach out to you for like certain looks, like, hey, do you think this necklace or this necklace would look better? Or, like, I was purchasing some my Mendhi jewelry from New York, and so I think I had sent you options like, hey, do you think this would go better with my outfit or this one? And so you helped in that way,
Yeah.
uh, like kind of coordinate my looks, I guess.
So when it came time to create your beauty concept maps, aka your mood boards, did you find our help with that valuable? And if so, how?
Yes, I did find it very valuable because I think like, when you especially you have 3 events, you want to like look different each day, but you're also scared to go outside of your comfort zone. But I think you really helped me. Like I remember on my brat day, I felt iffy about like a slick back look just because I had never done that. But you like showed me pictures and you made me feel really confident in that look. And you were actually the one that told me to do that look. And I felt the best and prettiest and most confident that day. So
Yeah,
I'm glad
slay.
to listen to you.
And that's so I just did a bridal consultation with the bride and her mom, and the mom asked about like touch-ups and stuff. She's like, "Are you gonna do
Mhm.
touch-ups?" I'm like, "Well, I mean, there's only so much I can do to guarantee because she had mentioned the wind and it being summer and all that. I'm like, there's only so much you can do about those elements whenever you've got the hair down. But if you go with it really clean, I know it's not everybody's like first idea usually, but it's like you're so snatched, first of all. Like if your face
Yeah.
can handle it, you're so snatched, but also that ensures that nothing's gonna move all day long. You looked so freaking fire, by the way. Ugh. I
And
know.
nothing moved, and I didn't have to wash my hair the night before because you're like, "Hey, you don't have to wash your hair
Yeah.
because I'm gonna flick it back." And
Yeah.
so that was great because my hair was teased and had oil and all that, and
Yeah.
so I didn't have to deal with it. You had to deal with it.
No, it's fine. No, it was great. Honestly, I prefer a little bit more texture anyway over clean hair. What were you looking for in a bridal makeup and hair artist?
That's a hard question because I don't even know, like, if I don't even know what I was looking for, but I can say that you as a makeup artist, like you felt like you were part of my bridal team. I remember like we were all getting ready and like it felt like you were like a long-term friend just getting me ready. And I think just how comfortable you made me feel. And I didn't necessarily know I was looking for that until after the process. I was like, dang, like, Alex made me feel really comfortable and confident all 3 days. And like she just felt like she was just a friend getting me ready.
Yay.
I think that was just the best part about it.
So did we meet and exceed your expectations? And if so, how?
Yes, 100% met and exceeded all expectations. And how just because I felt beautiful every day. I look back at pictures and I love my pictures. I love my looks. Um, and I think just your whole day goes better when you look good and you feel good. And I looked good and I felt good. And so nothing else really mattered because, I looked good and I felt good. So
She's like,
that's
what? Rolled right off my shoulder, right off my cheekbone. I don't care.
my blush was blushing. Everything was just popping. I was like, okay, whatever else happens, like happens.
Yeah, yeah,
I
yeah.
felt good though.
Oh my God, your photo and video, by the way. Oh my God, so good. Let's dig into your looks. First off, which was your favorite and why?
Oh my gosh, that I cannot answer that.
You know.
I literally cannot answer that because I think each look was so different and so perfect for like
Yeah.
that day.
Yeah.
Like my reception day was just so dreamy, like with the Hollywood waves, and it was just perfect for that day. My Mendhi day was like this boho braid. It was perfect for that day.
Yeah.
And I had color in my eyes, like, and then my
And,
brow day, it was
and you're
just
not into, are you into color?
not really. I know.
And especially like the way that we did like the kind of cut, lifted, kind of contemporary eye shape on you. That's not, I don't feel like very in your wheelhouse usually, right?
Yeah, there was a
How did I
lot of
convince
stuff.
you to do that?
I don't know, but it's because I trusted you. Literally, it's because I was like, okay, if she's saying something, then I trust her, and so I'm just gonna let her, like, work her magic. If she says this is gonna look good, okay, I trust it.
Oh my God. That's yeah, that's a vibe. Actually I had a bride last weekend that she showed me her Mendhi braid. I
Uh,
get pictures of you a lot that they're like, I want to look like this. I was like, okay.
yeah, that's why it's so hard to like say which day was my favorite because the
Yeah.
braid was so perfect that day, and
Yeah.
then like my Hollywood waves on the Valima day was like amazing too. And
Yeah.
you did all that without any extensions. Like I don't even have that much hair, so I
I
yeah.
was sweating. I was, because to be honest, I was sweating on the reception because what did we say we were going to do? Was it like we said we were going to do, what did we say we were going to do? And then we decided to reroute and just be like, okay, let's go for glam waves and like just say a prayer.
I don't remember. I know we always wanted waves, but we didn't have any extensions, so we just didn't know if they were gonna come out as good as
Yeah.
they did, but they
Right.
did.
And so also to cover reception, I know for Valima, you were really worried about your dupatta because how heavy was it? Like 15 pounds or so?
Yes, it was really heavy. I
And
was really worried.
yeah. And I was like, don't you worry, girl, I got you. And then I had you pinned up in that thing and you were just like,
I was dancing and moving all night and it did not budge. And I think that's a huge difference in hiring a professional makeup artist and then just, someone that is not as experienced because the way that you pin and I danced the whole night, like, and it did not move off my head. It didn't bother me. It didn't hurt me. Like I felt like it wasn't even there. And that
yeah.
thing was heavy and it was long.
Dude, and all of your like the photos that your friends took with flash and stuff as you're like doing all this like crazy dancing, it looked so good. I was like, oh, she's a vibe. Every single event looked so, so good. I think we talked about this pretty much. Which blew your mind the most or was the least expected?
You tell me because honestly, I was just amazed by all three of them. So I don't know. Did you have like a favorite? Like you were like, oh, that
I
one?
can't. Like, we honestly got such max range and versatility from your looks between you doing a super, super clean, classic, sleek out of your face. And I still did kind of like a cut crease type shape on the shoddy day just because I wanted to really open and accentuate your eye shape. And I just didn't want to do like a basic wash of golds to like a neutral brown. I wanted the shape itself to be super stamped and carved out and like really make your eyes look big and make them the focus. And the fact that you were down to do like a nude pink lip, that was just, that set it off. The fact that you love blush, like, and you have such a good face, so doing it clean out of your face was amazing. Loved the drape style. Yeah, Valima, I freaking loved that because you like blush, right? But did you like blush as much as I was trying to drown you in it?
Yeah, I loved it. And we
Okay.
like clicked on it immediately. So I was like, oh, this is perfect.
Okay, good. Yeah, I loved that look. I just liked how you just look so confident. And I feel like because it's Valima, it's like the guy's reception, you're already married at that point. You've done your nikah, you've done your shadi and stuff. It was like your like announcement party that like I'm a grown woman now. You just look so comfortable and confident in your skin in that look. And like I remember I stalked you all the way to like looking at the ballroom, which the ballroom was amazing. And I loved how dark and moody it was. And then obviously with Lauren being your photographer and how dark and moody she can shoot, like I was just so obsessed with your like long train on the stage. And you're like, and I'm posing you so dramatic on the couch. I'm like, lay across that couch, baby.
I
Give me
know,
length.
and those are the best pictures.
Oh
And
my God.
I'm so happy you were there to like,
Yeah.
again, it just goes back to you made me feel so confident and so beautiful. And yeah, you are much more relaxed that day because it's the last day. You're just trying to have a good time, but you did make me feel really confident. And that was one of my favorite looks too that day.
They were all really good, honestly.
Yeah.
I'm really surprised that I convinced you to do color because now thinking back on it, I don't think it was your initial jam. And then yeah, I loved the braid. I liked and this was all you, the little hair pieces that you gave. Those
Yeah, those are Those were the ones, they came with my jewelry from New York, some, but I think you can get them from a lot of places now. Those little
But it was a vibe. It was a vibe. Let's see. Okay, so walk potential NPL brides through what it's like to sit in the chair. You already pretty much said this, so feel free to skip if you want, but walk potential NPL brides through what it's like to sit in the chair. Were you relaxed? Were you anxious? Did you feel like you could trust yourself in our hands?
I think that sitting in the chair was probably the most relaxed and comfortable I felt, like, each day for, like, those, what, 2 or 3 hours, I guess.
Uh-huh.
I that was the most comfortable I felt, and, like, the most, like, I during that time, I was not anxious because, again, I was talking to, like, a friend, we were talking about all these random things. I had my Starbucks, I had my hot Cheetos, I was sitting crisscross literally in your chair, and, like, nothing else mattered in that moment. Like, if someone was texting me, "Well, guess what? Alex is doing my makeup, I can't check my phone right now," so it doesn't matter. Um, and then again, you just make everyone feel so comfortable. It's just your aura, and, like, again, we were talking like friends, and so we were talking about random stuff too. And we weren't even talking about like wedding stress, wedding stuff. Like, I don't even remember what we were talking about, like TV
Hot
shows, hot
Cheetos.
Cheetos. Yeah, stuff like
Hot
that.
Cheetos. You had them every event too, man. Every single event. Oh, my
Yeah.
God. What was your favorite part about being an NPL bride? This may be redundant because I feel like you've been hitting on it, but
Yeah, my favorite part about being an MPL bride, again, just being so comfortable with you, like, it felt like I had known you for, like, years, and, there was no, like, nervousness, there was no I wasn't anxious, there was no awkward silent, like, if I wanted to sleep, I feel like you would have just still done your magic. Like, I feel like you just really work with your brides and how they're feeling that day.
oh,
And I know there were some times where I felt a little insecure, like, yeah, maybe about the color. I was like, I don't know, or wearing my hair back because I don't really do that. But you just make people feel so confident. And yeah, I think that was just my favorite part because it takes a lot to make someone feel confident. I feel like, I don't know.
that was such a good answer. Remember when I gave you homework too?
Yeah, you did. Exactly. Yeah.
I gave you homework. I was like, girl, the only way we're gonna sell these looks is if you're selling it. Like you gotta be really in this and you gotta own it. And you sure did though. She did her homework and she came ready to go every day. You sold it. And then whenever I was like having you pose for the photos and videos, like you were full throttle. Like you killed it. I'm
Yeah.
only as
And it
good
was,
as our clients and like their jewelry and their clothes and all that, you know what I mean? And their eagerness to be like, okay, I'm in, you know what I
yeah.
mean?
And the pep talks, like, they definitely helped. I remember, like, you had texted me a couple days before, like, I forgot what you had texted me, but it was just this really sweet message, and it really just made me feel like, like, I'm ready, I'm excited, and yeah, there was no nerves, there was no anxiousness.
Yay. Oh my gosh, that makes me so happy. Is there anything you want to share with the viewers out there when it comes to booking their hair and makeup team?
I feel like if someone reaches out to you, like, they can just tell from the get-go that you're just such a beautiful and, like, amazing person, and that you're really there to, like, help them and make them feel comfortable and giving them what they want, but at the same time giving your expertise too. And I think that matters because, it's like when you're going ring shopping, you think you like something and you think it'll look good on you, and then you go and you try it on and you're like, "Oh, wait, actually this looks better." And, you do that. You give your advice, but you also listen to the bride, and I think that's, like, the perfect balance.
So good. You look freaking
Yeah.
phenomenal and you nailed this interview. I so appreciate you taking the time. Thanks, girl.
Perfect.
All right, boo. Have a good one.
Alright, you too, bye.